Hey guys, welcome to another video. So in this video we'll be seeing about the custom console that I just built and showcased on all the social media like Instagram and YouTube. So we'll be seeing about this custom console that I just built. So it's going to be a very long video which covers everything in detail and in technical aspects as possible. I'll try to keep it engaging with a lot of content as possible. So let's get into the topic right away. So what is this custom console all about? Isn't it just a regular PC? Bro, it's literally a computer. It's literally a Windows machine. Why do you want to call it a console? I'm not getting you at all. Well, to answer that, it's not just a regular PC, but it's something that runs with SteamOS, and it works without a keyboard, it works without a mouse. You just take it, travel anywhere you want to, you plug it in wherever you want to, and you just get going gaming. Yeah, I could use a PS5 or an Xbox for gaming, and people who follow me already know that I am using a PS5 and an Xbox as well. But I've been into the PC master race for about 14 to 15 years now, and it's very difficult for me to let go of the PC and jump off my Steam library because I have more than 200 games on my Steam library. So it's very difficult for me to leave the PC gaming platform, and there are multiple advantages as to using this custom PC when you compare to a console. Of course, the PlayStation or the Xbox are very good to play exclusives like Spider-Man or other things like Horizon Forbidden West, which are just console exclusives. But in terms of this custom PC, I can upgrade the hardware like the processor or the graphic card, which you cannot definitely do in a PlayStation. You're locked with whatever GPU you get, and maybe the PlayStation offers you an upgrade in terms of the SSD, but it at least needs to be Gen 4 or a very large capacity SSD. But that's not the case with a custom PC that you build. Okay, so the console seems interesting. Why don't you just run it off with Windows? Why did you install SteamOS or Linux on this thing? Yeah, very good question. I could use Windows directly on this PC, and I could install Windows and then put Steam and launch it in big picture mode, which would essentially give me the same functionality. But the problem is that when I travel anywhere, or when I am shifting this between my room and my home theater system, if I want to connect Wi-Fi, I will need to again go take the keyboard, connect it into the machine. I'll need to connect the mouse. I'll need to do all the navigation, and then only I'll be able to connect with the Wi-Fi itself. So a very simple activity like connecting Wi-Fi itself will need lot of accessories that you'll need to carry along. Imagine you're traveling with this custom PC and you go to a resort and you put this PC in somewhere and you want to get gaming. You will need to put in keyboard, mouse, everything, so that you'll be able to connect with Wi-Fi. But that's not the case with the SteamOS console that I've built right now. The SteamDeck UI offers a console-like interface where you can just navigate and connect Wi-Fi easily. It offers that on-screen keyboard like you see on the PlayStation and the Xbox. So a lot of people on Instagram had this question as well. Isn't this literally a PC? Why are you calling it a custom console? So you see, I'm not running SteamDeck OS or like a simulation on top of Windows or any operating system. The operating system itself is Steam here. So it's running directly off SteamOS, and I have a Steam Big Picture interactive UI that comes in right after boot. So if you have seen my YouTube shorts and if you have seen my Instagram reels, you would know by now I put up the boot up reels as well. So it directly boots into that interface, and the games which are designed for Windows, including quacked games, which are .exe executables, they run directly on the Linux OS, which again Steam has its own flavor of. It runs on the SteamDeck OS, and it runs directly off a translation layer that Steam calls as Proton, and there are other things like Wine you could use from Heroic Games Launcher for running quacked games. So they work seamlessly. Again, it's like an out-of-the-box experience. You only will need the keyboard and mouse when you want to set this up, and once you have done with all the setup activity, you just take it, travel where you want, you take it, connect with the TV, you connect with the monitor, you just put a controller and you can get go playing. So as compared to a PlayStation or like an Xbox, I can connect my DualSense controller if I want to. I can connect my Xbox controller if I want to. My custom PC is not limited to, like a particular it's not limited to like a single controller, so it works with any controller of your choice. And to satisfy the console community, from where I got a lot of questions in the Reddit posts as well, people keep asking me like, if you want to build a custom console, you should essentially build on top of a console. So to answer that specifically, if I could take off the PS5 motherboard, slap in a liquid cooling, and add in more storage and put it into a PC case with more air ventilation, and call it a custom console. But the problem with that is that it will still run the BSD OS from PlayStation, and it will still have only the limited features that PlayStation offers, and I will be limited to playing games that are compatible with the PlayStation. So building a PC which could also become a console on its own will allow me to run any game I want to. I could put in emulators and run PlayStation games. I could put emulators and run Switch games. I could do whatever I want with this custom console. So yeah, basically a console is something that you connect to a television or like a display, and you run games off it directly. So I think this PC pretty much satisfies that use case, wherein connect it to a display and play games, and you can put it on desktop mode and use it like a PC as well. So it's pretty much a console, because it's so small enough that it fits under my TV as well, and I could travel anywhere I want with this small case also. So shout out to Asus for making this beautiful case. So moving on to the hardware that I have used for this custom PC, I leave them side by side with the Indian pricing on the screen here. And so the processor is a Ryzen 5 4500, and I'm using 3000 MHz dual channel 16 GB RAM, and I have an ASRock B450 motherboard. I'm using a Western Digital SN570 1 TB NVMe SSD, and I'm using an RX 5600 XT from Sapphire. So the SteamOS build essentially only works on AMD graphic cards. So even if you have an Intel processor, please ensure that you use an AMD graphic card for this purpose. Once you've added in all these hardware and built a basic PC, you will need to download the HoloISO, for which I will leave links down in the description below. You will need to get the HoloISO links, and you need to prepare a bootable USB drive, and you can just boot off that USB drive and use it for installing this custom OS. So it's pretty much simple. Linux offers the basic kernels that's needed for the Bluetooth drivers. It offers basic kernels for the Wi-Fi drivers. So you will not need to do much of a fiddling here. You will need to, however, spend time for getting other third-party games to work on the SteamOS, like the Epic Game Store, Ubisoft account. So all these will need a little bit of fiddling around with Heroic account and Heroic game launchers, but once you've got all that figured out, you're pretty much good to go. So I hope this content was entertaining to you guys, and I hope you guys got to learn something new on the tech community. Share it with your friends who are gaming on Steam, share it with your friends who are crazy on PC hardware, and comment below on what you want to see next running on the SteamDeck operating system. Until next video, cheers.